Hello everyone, welcome again to our German solo playthrough. It's turn 2 and it's time for the second Soviet impulse. So let's start by drawing the command cards and see what formations will be activated. Okay, so that's one. Oh, that's two. Oh, they're both primary. They're both the same command value, so I think it's the lower card ID, and this is E. What is it? It's E10. So this is what, E20? No, it's E04. So this is going to be our command card, and this is going to be our auxiliary card. Oh, that's a tiebreaker. We haven't used much, so unfortunately it's the 40th army. But yeah, before proceeding to that, again we've got to check the auxiliary card for command event, and it seems that every primary card in this game has got the command delay event, which says that 4 or more cards, of course way more than 4 here, this is going back to this to the draw pile, and it will get reshuffled. Okay, let me do that. So no auxiliary card. Okay, so another command delay. Okay, so well, I think that the system doesn't want to play a primary card as combat tactics, and rather ensures that the primary card will not be played, at least on purpose, as a combat tactic. Of course we can, and yeah, if we draw a primary card as a combat tactic, it will get reused in most of the cases. So yeah, I try to give them their primary card. So it's 4th army. The commands are have to be executed in order, and it's activate all units in army. And of course we can do that because there are non-isolated units on the map, and of course there is a unit in the reserve units. I have to keep this in mind. And so yeah, so we'll go ahead with the activation. So let's change our focus to the 40th army, and let's get on with the activation. Okay, and the first thing we do when we activate something is to check for objective relocation. Actually, the 40th army have their own objective. You can see it, it's in Belgorod, but I've made a mistake there. Well, it doesn't matter too much, I suppose, because the 40th army hasn't activated. The army objectives, 40th and 1st Guards army objective, are relocated when a unit of any army enters the hex they're in. So I should have moved them during the previous turn when the 69th army entered Belgorod, but it's okay, we haven't moved anything, so it's the same. So let's see, next hex is going to be 10-12. Oh, it's good. Yeah, it's, you know, one of the logistics hex, just behind Kharkov. Okay, yeah, let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, the situation, well, the situation here is kind of critical. Maybe I'll have to do something desperate to defend Kharkov, but well, nothing much can be done about it, I suppose. So what we do is first check Okay, since the 40th Army objective is in place, sorry, we are going to movement methods, and then it's going to be the special movement methods for the armies, for units with army objectives. It's descending order, yes. So okay, its first one is identical to 921 method 1, take VP hex. So descending orders, oh, let me, they're just 2 units, but it's a good practice, yeah. So well, yeah, that's better. So they're activated, you're active, and let's see, yeah, take VP hex, enter empty German town or city, or yeah, map edge VP hex, I can say empty. Okay, Belgorod, I can't think they can reach Kharkov, they're both infantry units, but I'm afraid this one can reach Gotonia. Yes, it can, and it will. Let me see, it's 2, it's 1, 2, yeah. Oh, sorry, let me focus, let me zoom out a little bit. You can see it here, and it's let's see if it can reach. It says take VP hex, enter, move to an empty German owned town city hex unless targeted exclusively for the inactive front. No, it's targeted for the active front. So yeah, there's no obligation to be near objective or anything. That's the first method. Yeah, obviously they can grab any chance, anything they can get. Yeah, and quite understandable. So it's what, let's see, so it's no zone of control, it's 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's broken, so it's 1 for infantry, and it's 4, and yes, that's a valid move. I can't see anything breaking. So yep, another town, and this road is of no use to us now, we can't resupply. So yeah, and let me update, they're already up to 9 victory points. Yeah, so yes, this has moved, it's here, and not within striking distance of Kharkov, but still it was one valuable point, and assuming, yeah, it will be well, nothing much we can do. But now let's proceed to unit number 2, descending order, and I don't think they can enter empty German town or anything, because it couldn't even reach this one. It could go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I mean Kharkov is, yeah, it's too far away, because it would have to go with still zone of control here, so it would have to go, no, it can cross here, it would be more expensive, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, so no, it can't use movement method 1. So let's get back to our army objective units. And second, adjacent to German unit, identical to the method 8, adjacent unit, move to an unoccupied hex that is adjacent to German unit and not adjacent to a Soviet unit adjacent to the same German unit. So okay, I can see 2 formations that they're within reach. Let me try and zoom in a little bit. Yes, that's better. You can see the other unit, but it has already moved. So adjacent to German unit, unoccupied hex that is adjacent to German unit. Well, there are these hexes within reach, I suppose, all these hexes. And let me see, can it reach, it would have to reach either this hex. No, it can't, because we've still got a zone of control here, so it can't reach. No, it can't reach even this hex. This hex is unreachable right now. No, it isn't. It can go one here and two here. Oh no, it can go one here. No, I don't think it can reach this hex, but could it reach this hex? So it would be let's see, 1 2 3 4. No, it has to cross, so it's +1. It's Donets River here. Here is a minor river. Here is Donets, so it's +1. It's 2, and it's 3. No, or else it's 2. It's 3. It's 4. No. So it can't reach a hex according to the requirements of the method, and the notch adjusting to a unit. So no, it can reach here. It would be adjusting. It can't reach here, and even so, this is the units we're considering, because it can reach a hex adjacent to a German. It can go here and stop. It can go here and stop. It could go 1 2 and 2. No, but that would be adjacent. So there are two choices, because even if it could reach here, it would be no. This is a valid one, but it can't reach it, breaking zone of control. So realistically, it's just these two it can move to. So prefer hex adjusting to the most German unit. Okay, German unit to this is to the closest German unit. Yeah, so we don't have any choice here. A unit starting a hex satisfying. No, so between these two we don't have the preferences for selecting the unit, and it's clearly going to be this unit. We can't reach an empty, an unoccupied, not adjusting hex. We can't reach this hex, so and obviously we can't reach any further. So it's going to be between these two hexes. And let me see. So we now go to tiebreakers, and tiebreakers to find the hex. Okay, closest to the units of objective marker if in place. So yeah, that settles it. It's going to be this one, because this it's clearly this one is one hex closer to the units objective. I mean, if it goes here, it will be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, whereas if it's here, it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So the hex is here. It's well, the unit was already surrounded, but now it's going to be surrounded by just 2 units instead of 3, so that frees up the third tank army units. Not good for us. So now again 925, and I have there have been a couple of answers by the designer itself, John Butterfield. So yeah, there's you have already you know, heard about them from Grant. Has already applying them in his videos. So if the situation rises, we'll see that. Okay, so when ending a move, Justin, prefer a hex within the current operation limit. Well, everything is a hex that could cause the German unit to become surrounded. And yes, well, now that's an issue here, because the unit was already surrounded. I mean, even if it is surrounded, because we control both these hexes from the position we are, so either here or here, the unit would still be surrounded, because there is also this unit here. So this hex wouldn't technically cause the unit to be surrounded, because it's already surrounded. So I'm going to skip it and move to the next. A hex in Soviet support. Okay, it is in Soviet support. A hex not occupied, and we have sorry, a hex not adjacent or occupied by Soviet unit. Both aren't. sorry, hex not occupied or adjacent. No, that's preference D that has changed to a hex not occupied. The not occupied was missing, so a hex not occupied by or adjacent to a Soviet unit adjacent to the same German unit. No, it's adjacent to this unit, but this unit is not adjacent to this, so again no. An empty or garrison hex, both are empty, and a hex not occupied by an active unit, so both hexes are equally preferable, and according to the preference of the type, I mean, we have already checked the tiebreaker, so that's the best hex it can go. So if we resorted again to the tiebreakers, it would be the hex closest, so it would be the same hex. So but my take in this situation of 925 and is now to, well, if 925 can't find a better, let's say better, no, not preferable, let's say, hex, I'm going to leave the unit as is. So I think both units have moved, so this concludes the movement methods. So it's going to be what now? It's going to be attack checks. This unit, I mean, the other unit is adjacent to nothing, but this unit is adjacent to German stack of units. So we're going to make an attack check, and that's interesting because we've got we have a reserve unit there which could join the attack. So, but let's not get ahead of me. So let's see, attack checks, ascending order. Okay, yeah, that would be the first check anyway. Check active units one at a time, ascending. So this unit is not active, there's no assault or coordination auxiliary card, so we're not taking it into account. It's a 3-step unit, so it can be lead unit. So all other active units that have not yet attacked and are adjusted, no. All active Soviet reserve units that could legally be placed in hexes adjacent to the target hex per the placement requirements of 12. There is one unit, and let's see by 12.2 if it can legally be added to the battle. And yeah, let me get a clear picture. Try to, and let me check 12.2 and see what it says. Okay, so the main requirement is the hex to be adjacent. Soviet the reserve supply is the main requirement, and yes, this map edge is Soviet, so yeah, you can trace reserve supply so close to, I mean, the difference between reserve supply and regular supply is that reserve supply can't be traced through enemy zones of control, even if a friendly unit is in the hex. So I mean, this hex would be in reserve supply, this hex also would be in reserve supply. It's just 1, 2, 3 from a map at this hex, so it's yeah, it's going to be 7. So yeah, this hex is clearly in reserve supply, this one too. So we could place, we've got a hex, we've got many hexes actually to place the unit. Okay, so yeah, it's, so the reserve unit can be placed, so we can take it into account, so it's another 4. So situational strength, now it's 4 plus 4, it's 8. Oh, okay, this is going ahead, I'm afraid. So it's 8 against what we've got here. Yeah, these are the two rows. So it's 8 against 4. No, it's 8 against 5 because we've got the improved position as well. So it's 8 against 5, just short of, it doesn't say anything about surrounded, all attackers across river. No, they were not dispersed, they were not yet out of supply, so it's H25, so yeah, it's just short of 2 to 1. Yes, it's 1 to 1. Yeah, it's clearly more than 1 to 1. So we go to the tactical value, and let me try and get this right. So tactical value command card is just a 2. Okay, then this treasure strength is not 2 to 1. We're not in the Soviet artillery barrage. The attack is supported, so everything is supported first turn, so that's a 3. If only Soviet units have armor in the combat, no, it's infantry. If any attacking units are surrounded, no, can't see that. If flanking will apply, or if the defender will be surrounded and unable to trace supply. Okay, flanking will apply. No. Once all units, flanking will apply, or if the defender will be surrounded, it will be unable to once all attacking units are in place. Okay, it's already surrounded, and yeah, it will be unable to trace supply once it's so I'm going to give them that one, and yeah, and maybe flanking will apply to, depending on where that unit, the other unit, will end up. Okay, so next, if the target, no, it's not a VP hex. If the attack is in Soviet support, it is, and all combat tactics on the auxiliary card apply to the attack, no auxiliary card. And if less than 4 cards are in the Soviet draw pile, no. I mean, even if the previous one, so it's a 4. So tactical value is 4. Have I got it right? Yeah, it's not 3 to 1, so it's not. Okay, it's just a 2, and yeah, it is. I mean, the only bonus they've got is that the unit is surrounded, so they've got +1, and it's in support. So yeah, that's the only ones that apply. So yeah, well, they're not. No, they're not attacking. So no other attack check can be made, and yeah, that's the conclusion of the of the second Soviet impulse. No auxiliary card, and now let's check if we would remove eligible active units to reserve box. No, because there were just 2 of them. They both have moved. They have done something, taken an action, so they're not going anywhere. So yeah, let me stop a little bit and prepare the German impulse. So it's turn 2, German impulse 2 right now, and yeah, this is our hand. We have the 40th Corps, 2 cards for the 3rd Corps, and Corps Raus Kampfgruppe. Activate all Corps Raus units within 2 hexes of a hex of your choice. And yes, well, I think, yeah, if we look at the situation on the map, I mean, there's not much I can do for Corps Raus, because I mean, there is this unit, and there are these 2 units which are surrounded right now, and they can't move. That's my main problem. And of course there are 2 more Corps Raus units up there in the corner. You can, yeah, these are surrounded, out of supply. Those are 2 units, and yeah, I still can't, I mean, I can't do anything for those guys. I can resupply them, and then I can't move, so I would have to attack, but they're quite weak units. But I'm not I don't have well, I've got 30, if you can yeah, one of my cards is Scooter Pirate. I think I can play it to resupply the unit, but then I have to, but it's the 40th corps. Okay, I know they didn't perform well last impulse, but still it's going to be a valuable card. Maybe they will get lucky or whatever next impulse, and maybe we'll need to help out corps Raus a little bit, so I'm not so much inclined to play that card, not yet at least. So just let me think about it a little bit. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I can't well, I can't do much for the guys up there. I mean, it would take one activation to, you know, use their power card to bring them to supply, and then we would have to wait for our next impulse in order for them to do something, and they can't move. That's the main problem. They're surrounded, they can't move, so they would have to attack, and they're not quite strong units to attack. I mean, my mistake, I should have done something earlier with them, but okay, we're still learning, I suppose. So yeah, it's going to be Corp Raus, but let's read this card. It's well, we don't have any reserves to it says activate all Corp Raus units within 2 hexes of a hex of your choice. It's a camp group card. It's not a corpse card, so it's specific, of course, to Corps Raus, but we don't activate anything in the corps, so we activate 2 units. And since the situation, I'm going to play this, and since this situation is a little bit desperate around, not yet, but it's critical around Kharkov, well, I'm placing this, well, it doesn't matter, actually, it's within there are 2 sides. This reads within 2 hexes, the other side reads within 3 hexes. It's for later, for the von Manstein card, I think, when we get this card to activate. So it's within 2 hexes, so if I place it, let's say here, these units will be activated, these units will be activated, so let's, yeah, turn them this way. Okay, these have finished doing what they do, so let's so let's activate these units, and yes, these are active now. And of course we can't activate again Corps Raus. This restriction still holds, but of course you have guessed what I'm going to do. I will you know, retreat this guy towards Kharkov. I mean, the problem is we need 2 to break zone control, because these units are going to move towards the objective, the Voronezh front. The other unit, the 40th Army, which has got into Gotnia now, I don't think it can reach any other victory point hex. So it's going to gravitate towards the army objective, towards Kharkov, so let's be prepared. So it's 2 breaking zone corridor, it's 3, it's 4 here. I would love to get it, I'm not living into a clear hex, I would love to get it, you know, closer to Kharkov, if even by 1, but I can't, so that's the best I can do, keeping my lines tight here. So yeah, it's going to be yeah, that's going to be for the time being. And now what can we do with these guys? I mean, you can't, let's just get the IP here. I mean, their strength, I mean, not much, we can't do much, but I can't move them because everything would be zone of control to zone of control. So I'm just going to do something with them, and I'm going to attack. Yeah, I know it's it's a desperate situation because there are just 2 units, one of them just 1 strength, and yeah, let me see if there are any restrictions. I mean, there are no restrictions for surrounded units. I mean, you can move, you can attack, it's not out of supply, just surrounded. So yeah, let me see if there is the same restriction about lead units. Okay, German combat sequence, you may have, okay, it's I mean, I'm not expecting anything, maybe just like a draw, just be able to, you know, if I just leave them there without doing anything, I mean, they have already got an IP, but if I leave them there surrounded, I think they're going to be next turn, they're going to be just out of supply, and I prefer, and if I have read the rules correctly, it's preferable for a unit to get eliminated in combat. You can get it back by, you know, replacement points and stuff, whereas a unit that has lost steps due to out of supply, isolation and surrender is destroyed. So it's not eliminated, it's destroyed, and you can't get it back. So I prefer them to, you know, for heroically to in battle. Then yeah, well, yeah, okay, so let me see if attack eligibility, the attacker can attack, okay, a unit may participate, units are dispersed or isolated, may not attack, out of supply, Soviet units, well, they could attack, these units over there, they could attack actually, but yeah, I mean, doesn't say anything that we can't be the lead unit of the attack. No, but still, we've got a unit with 2 steps, so it's okay. So okay, play combat tactics. Well, no, that's not happening. I'm afraid. I would love to give them better chance, but they've got their power. Now I need this, and I have pull out, not defense only, and they've got screen, and again I think screen is better in defense, and let's just let's check it out. Screen defender only, yeah. So yeah, I'm not playing air power. No, I may need it to, you know, keep this unit, the other unit supplied depending on the other cards. So yeah, just that. So no combat tactics, just what 1-to-1 and with just 2 jets to pull, and let's play a Soviet tactic. Okay. Come on. Okay. Intelligence, air power, and reinforce battle. I mean, yeah, it got to be the stab card. So let's check it. Remove from the game if played for any parent or 7 or after. No. Okay, so combat tactics, intelligence, and reinforced battle. Okay, this is going to be bloodshed. I realize that, don't you? So intelligence, Soviet defense, the German command value is considered to be 1. Okay, it was 1 to start with. Cancel any German combat tactics applied to this combat. Return cards, at least you got that, but we don't have. If the printed German command is 1 and 2, decrease hits incurred by Soviets by 1. Okay, no. So then it's got air power, yeah, that's easy. And reinforced battle, select an active or inactive on map Soviet unit that could reach the combat in a single movement. Plenty of these. A unit stack is eligible if it is the same front as the defending unit, yeah. Did not move or attack in the card activation, no, didn't, and is not adjusting to an active German unit. So this 40th army wouldn't be eligible. This one, these two would, this would, and of course the 3rd tank army would be eligible. So okay, the movement restrictions of 923 apply, of course, reinforcing units. And Soviet defense, The unit stack moves into the but there are no preferences, are they? Huh? Unit stack. So I'll have to check with the rules that the movement restrictions. Okay. So defense. The units are moving to the defending unit's hex. So it got to be in the hex. Okay. Obey stacking lanes. If more than one stack can reach the combat, choose the stack with the lowest number unit. So yeah. Okay. So let's see. These are not eligible because they're next to active units, and well, I don't know if it could reach the no, it couldn't reach the hex. So clearly it would be this unit 1 2 to be these units 2 and 1 3 that could enter the hex, and maybe this unit also it could be 1 and 3 for the goods 4 and 5, yes 6. So choose the stack with the lowest numbered units. So yeah, this, but could these also this, yeah, it's no, this one doesn't matter, would have to choose the lowest. So yeah, I think this one is the one that's going to okay, 923. Do we no, no, we're not breaking anything. No German unit is going to be proximate to anything, so it's going to be no zones of control to break. It's going to be 1 plus 3, that's a 4, plus 1, that's a 5, and yes, now my guys are indeed doomed. Yeah, so well, should have thought, but it's just 2 cheats we've got to pull. I mean the minimum. Oh, sorry. No, it's wait. It's not just 2 cheats. The minimum number of cheats. Huh. Figure that. Completely forgot about that. So yeah, let me check this because it's a suicide attack, isn't it? Huh? Okay. So it's a German attack, and yeah, the minimum. Draw combat cheats. Draw cheats up to the maximum equal to the number of your attacking units. Other factors may modify the maximum by 12-4. Required draw equal to the number of steps in the defending units. So yeah, minimum is going to be 4 cheats. It was going to be just 2 cheats. Now it's going to be 4 cheats. Wow. And then let's calculate the maximum. During combat minimum draw combat cheat up 1 at a time. The required minimum number of draws equal to the number of steps of the defending units, regardless of any combat tactics or other factors. So it's going to be 4. Options to continue. When the German attacking, you have drawn the minimum. You may choose to step. Okay, maximum. Plus 1 cheat for each attacking unit with 1 or 2 steps. Okay, is the sum. Sorry, it's the sum. It's not plus. It's 1. So that's 2 cheats. Cheat for each combat applied by the attacker. Defender auto supply. Defender isolated. No, minus 2 cheats is an effect for German defender. If the ground mandatory minimum. If they calculate, so the maximum would be 2 in our case, but it says mandatory minimum. If the calculated cheat draw maximum is equal to or less than the required minimum draw, it's less, the attacker draws just the required minimum number of cheats. Never draw less than the required minimum. So it's going to be 4 cheats, and yeah, I think we've got enough space here for 4 cheats. Oh god, it's going to be bloodshed. What are the odds? It's now 8 to 4 for the defender. So it's less than 1 to 1. It's less than 1 to 1. Oh god. Yeah, just let me recheck reinforce battle, but I think I have because this may change stuff. Just bear with me a little bit. Okay, active or inactive on map unit Soviet stack. Yes, it is. That could reach the combat in a single movement. Okay, a unit is eligible if it is in the same front as defending or attacking unit. Okay, it's defending. It did not move or attack. Did not adjustment to an active German unit. It wasn't. The movement restriction of 923 apply. We haven't broken any restrictions. And Soviet defense, the unit stack moves into the defending unit's hex. Obey stacking limits. Yeah. If more than one stack can reach the combat, that was choose the stack with the lowest number unit, which is this one, which is 1. So yeah, it's less than 1 to 1. 4 cheats. And I think we're going to lose the improved position, but just because we're attacking, just let me yeah, because I will forget to check it later. So it's improved positions, sorry, yeah, improved position, building, removing the hex where the EP is attacked, and okay, the hex where a unit moves is removed, is not removed. The hex where EP subject to an attack. All units in a hex with an IP participate in a combat as attackers. The IP is immediately removed. So yeah, we lose the IP2. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, it had to be, but look at the bright side. Stavka is not reused. It doesn't say reuse, so yeah, it's going to come up. It's not going to come up again. It's turn. So yeah, but let me. Yeah. Okay. 4 cheats. Okay, less. Oh, sorry. No way. Less than 2 to 1. Yeah. Okay. Clear. City town. No, it's clear. Well, that's something. But I think they're going to ignore 1 hit because of the intelligence. 1 hex attack or city and flank attack. Not. It's a 1 hex attack. Yeah, that applies 2 hits for them. And last, attacker command 3, 4, 5. No, even if it was, it would be because of intelligence 1. Attacker command 1, and yeah. Okay, that's so. Defender not. No, let me get these out of the way. So 2 hits for the attacker. First hit has to be, of course, a step loss. Yeah, so yeah, that's our step loss. And second hit, it's going to be we could retreat them, yeah, and lose a step. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. Retreat them, lose a step, but where to? Yeah. Oh, sorry. No. Just 2. I mean, yeah, we're the attackers. The first hit has to be, yeah, a step loss, doesn't it? Okay, assigning hits, processing hits. The first hit incurred by attacking unit must be applied as a step loss to 1 of these units. Okay, and up to 2 additional units may be satisfied by dispersing all attacking units. No, we can't retreat. Of course, we are not required to retreat or disperse a German unit. Okay, but attackers can't retreat, can they? Retreat. The defender in a combat may. Yeah, no. The attacker can't retreat. Of course, that's clear. So let's do what? Yeah, let's you know. I mean, I would lose the units, and yeah, I'll just, you know, disperse them. I mean, yeah. So yeah, disbursement. Yeah, they're just going to be there. Hopefully, so there was no elimination. So I mean, no advance after combat. So that's our activation. Goes, and let's get the corporals activated. Yeah, this is the end of the German impulse. Corp Raus activated, and now again the 48th is ready to be activated again since the end of the impulse. Oh, sorry, forgot to. Yeah. So yeah, the nice thing is that Stavka is out of play right now, which is not bad. So discarding Corp Raus card and bring my hand to 4, and yeah, I mean, it's again a Corp Raus, but we have to. We can activate all of them. We'll see what we'll do in our next event. So I think I'm cutting this part here, and we'll be back with the next Soviet impulse.